Okay, I'm just going to do a quick demo on importing memorial shapes into CorelDRAW using Memorial Designer. In the UK version of Memorial Designer, we've got a tray down the bottom. Trays are default CorelDRAW functionality, but what we've done is just created a set of memorial shapes within the trays feature, and that allows us to access various bits and pieces. So if we want to just bring in a memorial, there's a few things that we need to know. First is that we start by building the memorial up from the base upwards. So we're going to right click and bring in the base. It does actually have this here. It's a nice demonstration of something that can go wrong. Sometimes you don't have the option to import at original position. Here there should be about 4 or 5 more menu entries. When that happens, it's a very simple fix. It's a known feature of Corel at the moment, or bug in Corel. If you open up a new window and close that window down and don't save it, then when I right click, I will now get the option to import at original position. So I'm going to bring in the base, and then the next thing I'm going to do is to put the headpiece onto the base. So this is just a Creme headpiece, and again I right click and import at original position. I'm going to press the F4 key, which will zoom out to show the whole memorial, and you can see that the memorial looks like it's sitting on the base. If I just pretend that I hadn't brought that base in beforehand, and so I'm just going to delete that. If I now go and add the base afterwards, you'll see that it doesn't look like the memorial is sitting on top of the base. It looks like the memorial is behind the base, and that's because of the way that CorelDRAW works with objects and the position of objects and how they appear one on top of each other. There's another video on Object Manager, but if I just pop to the Object Manager, you can see that the base here is on top of the memorial, and if I just flip those orders over, drag and drop it down, whoops, then you'll see that the memorial is now sat on top of the base in the way that you'd imagine. That's about it. It managed to demonstrate the fact that sometimes you don't get the option on that right click. If that happens, click the start there again, and then always make sure that you're bringing in the base before you bring in the headpiece, and that way you'll always end up with the memorial looking like it's on top of the base.